feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride away.
Let me make sure I don't go live on Twitter. No Twitter, right? We should be live everywhere else. All right. Yeah, so I heard there's some other albums that's supposed to be dropping. So this is supposed to be actually a pretty interesting month when it comes to music. From what I heard, the Lil Baby saga was that he was about to drop. And by the way, I'm not dissing Baby. Like y'all niggas got to really get off my dick when it comes to like me talking about Baby. I talk about him like every artist. If he succeeds, he succeeds. I don't give a fuck, bro. Please just stop. But I heard he was in a pickle. You know, the best time to drop, I told you guys this before, is that it's around December 15th. The music industry shuts down. You basically get 3 free number ones. SZA was dropping that week. If you don't know, SZA got like 2 free number ones. There was no competition. I think Baby was about to drop then, but SZA, you don't want to compete with SZA. That's not a good idea, especially given this album. What did SZA do? I forgot. What did SZA do? SZA first week? SZA first week. She did drop a surprise album, damn near, right? Her first week for this project, not SOS. No. What's the one that she just dropped called? It's called Lana? Oh, it's the deluxe. It was a deluxe to SOS. Oh wow. So basically, this deluxe that she titled Lana, see, free number one. Like, you know, did 178. I think she kept number one the next week. That kind of went into Christmas. Obviously, you know, Mariah Carey happens then. And then Baby, like, I think, you know, again, I'm just talking music business here. So please, for all the people who think I'm like hating on Baby, please eat a dick, bro. I think Baby was in an interesting position because I think the timing of Baby dropping is telling us that there's bigger projects to come, right? And for y'all Cardi fans, again, told y'all what I know. I don't know everything. That's why I do have some hope that Cardi might drop in February, because I've heard that there's just big artists dropping, like in the next coming weeks, like the next 3-4 weeks. And the way how people figure out release dates, especially when you're a big artist like Baby, is like, all right, you need to get a number one, which he did get his number one. Congrats to him. Yo, you got to dodge the SZA bullet so you don't drop in December. You don't want to drop January 3rd. That's no man's land, right? So you kind of want to drop after the 15th, which is kind of like after this Friday. But you don't want to compete with some of these other guys. Then the whole Bad Bunny thing was happening. But Bad Bunny, I don't know if you guys knew, Bad Bunny dropped on an international schedule. So, you know, there's a push internationally that the date that music should come out should be a different day. Bad Bunny didn't give a fuck about U.S. numbers. He dropped it on Monday, right? Now, if you look at Bad Bunny's numbers, they're completely off the charts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, which it kind of works out for everybody because Bad Bunny's dominating globally. Lil Baby saves his dignity locally. There's a few other artists coming for the next couple of weeks, February. And again, you know, this is just me spitballing here. I think the industry is talking that there's a couple big artists supposed to be dropping. They're rumoring Drake might do some shit. I highly doubt. I'm still going to be on the side of I can't see Drake dropping nothing with Universal saying, boy, you try to sue us. But who knows? So you got Drake in the winds, maybe something. You're hearing Cardi he has like a floating date. What the fuck? So all of these artists want to duck those dates. You don't want to drop with Drake. You definitely don't want to drop with Cardi, right? And here's the thing. Both of them might not drop. But these are dates that, you know, the industry heads are aware of. And when trying to pick your date, you're trying to carve out a week or two that you could legitimately, if you're a big artist, be number one, right? So, you know, I think what Baby did was actually, I think it was a pretty good move, right? I don't like the album that much, but the sales are valid. We can't violate more of the sales. According to chart data and the finalized sales via Billboard, Lil Baby sold 140,000 records first week. Let me see if I can show you guys that. which I think is solid. That's definitely a solid showing. I think if it was too close to 100, if it was 93, if it was anything below 100, big problem. If it was a little bit over 100, I think people would be like, yo, it's kind of weak. You get what I'm saying? By the way, his album, I'm going to be honest with y'all, his label is fucking amazing, right? His label did an amazing job. And I'm here bigging up 300, QC, because when it's time to blame the label, I like to blame the label too. And artists like blaming the label. We never give them credit. To put in perspective, Bad Bunny dropped 3 days later than Lil Baby, and he outstreamed Lil Baby by 40 million. However, Wham and the rollout and how the label packaged it, and I gotta say, QC, I did a phenomenal job because y'all knew, hey, if people might not be sold on the product, you can't have them also then piggybacking with flop sales. When do you see, even Drake when he drops, well, Drake doesn't do really bundles like that, at least on release. Drake don't even do 50,000 pure sales, right? So, without those 50,000 pure sales, Baby does 90,000, if you get my drift. 90,000, even if, let's say he does the same pure sales as Bad Bunny, 8,000, 98,000, we're singing a different tune. The labels did what they had to do. I'm not here to criticize them. I want to give them credit because I think for artists like Baby, you can't afford for them to flop. You put too much investment, they can't flop. By the way, I think the same with Cardi B. Whenever Cardi B drops, Atlantic better pay the cost to make that shit look good. And I'll tell you right now, Atlantic, okay? By the way, shout out to my man Elliot over there. A respectable number for Cardi B is 150. Anything below, we're going to start looking a little odd. So I don't care if you got to buy the records, steal the records, bot the streams. I don't care. You're the label. This is a fixed and rigged game. Drake's doing his own label, basically saying, y'all niggas fake streams and do this and do that. Yes, that's what labels do. So labels got to play their part for certain artists. I think QC played the part for Baby. I think Baby is gonna have a. I think Baby has the right mindset. A lot of artists, their egos get in the way, and when they start to flop, they just fall back and just keep touring or just keep doing club appearances to get the bag. Lil Baby constantly wants to drop. He's talked about wanting to drop 2 more projects. I think that's good. I think he knows, yo, you got to grind it back up. And no matter what I've said about Baby, I don't think Baby is a stranger to grinding it up. Pause. Like, he's been there where he's about to get to that next pedestal. He gets knocked down, and then he keeps dropping music, collab tape, verses, whatever, and grind it back up. I think that's where, I think he knows this ain't the hottest music that's ever been dropped by him. But he said he's dropping another project called Dominique. He's also dropping, what's called? He said he's dropping a CBFW mixtape, which is like a group mixtape. And who knows, we might even get like a tape with him, Future, and Thug. The mere fact that we're getting more music from him tells me he's down to grind. And I'm definitely expected and anticipating a lot of good things from Baby with that, all right? Anyway, I just want to show you how much we're in the streaming era where labels matter so much. I wanted to show you something, right? So, for example, Lil Baby's number 1. He sells 140,000. Bad Bunny sells 122,000. Now, I did tell you that Bad Bunny has outstreamed Lil Baby. I want to show you and just show you how important a label is, because it's the same thing when Rod Wave outstreamed everybody, but Jelly Roll, I think that's his name, Jelly Roll's label, basically just bought the number 1. No disrespect to Jelly Roll, but his label just bought the number 1, right? And Rod Wave didn't get the number 1. Let me show you this. And this is why, when I hear people talk that hopeful, independent shit, the game is rigged. The labels built this industry, and they're here to stay. And anytime you get hot with a record like, whoa, they just buy you out, and now you're in their system. There is, you could succeed as an independent artist, but you can never compete with the biggest as an independent artist. We've never seen it yet, other than Kanye, but he's an enigma and a damn near legend. Anyway, just to put this in perspective, right? And this is where, of course, sales become a little bit misleading because when we think about streams. So this is Lil Baby on Spotify, right? If we click on Lil Baby, Wham, the extended version, right? And I think, let me make sure. Is this, all right, no. Okay, albums. All right, so yeah, Wham, the extended version, perfect. You'll notice really quickly the song with the most amount of streams, there's a couple of songs that don't even have 500,000 streams. Like, no disrespect. Song with the most amount of streams, you're gonna see 15 million. I'm giving them the 15, even though it says 14. Just to put it into perspective, and this is how labels can manipulate the idea from a fan, because so on Lil Baby's album, that's number one. 15 million is his strongest track, right? With Thug and Future featured. Okay. Let's go to this real quick. Okay. Let's go to Bad Bunny. Right? 15 million. Remember, he outsold Bad Bunny, but let's look at Bad Bunny. By the way, now I do got to be honest, this is globally. And globally, just a bigger artist. Bad Bunny's album, 47 million, 41 million. You won't find a song. The lowest song is 17 million. So the least played song on Bad Bunny's album is played more than the most played song on Lil Baby's album. He has a song with 58 million. He has a song damn near with 90 million over here. And it just goes to show, Bad Bunny's one of those artists, he don't care about the U.S. market. That's why he don't drop on Fridays. He's not trying to be number one in the U.S. He's a global artist. And for the people who would try to compare Bad Bunny and Lil Baby, there is no comparison, okay? You look at these streams right here, 47 million. 41 million, 47, 33, and I'm just breaking the numbers down to y'all people. This is not hating on nobody. It is what it is. Bad Bunny is bigger than all y'all hip hop artists too, okay? Only somebody like El Drake would probably compete with him, or a Travis Scott. Actually, Travis don't even compete. It's him, Taylor Swift, and the White Boys. They compete, and Drake, okay? But this is just to show, in reality, even though he's going to be number 2 to Lil Baby, and by the way, Billboard, if you don't know, it tracks in the U.S., so we're tracking in the U.S., but globally, and you got to realize Spotify doesn't pay per region, they pay per stream globally. It's not even close. Like, this guy's doing ridiculous numbers, and you have to, just respect it. However, still can't knock Baby because, he's not at this level yet. But his label did exactly what they needed to do, because we're indoctrinated in the U.S. to care about U.S. streams and U.S. first week sales. And they did everything they needed to do to beat Bad Bunny in the U.S., even though he clobbered them internationally. But who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? It's all about narrative. And this is where we kind of get into this whole thing about narrative, right? This is why labels care so much about whether it's what I say, or what Kai Cenat says, We're streamers and influencers and talking heads, and it shouldn't matter that much, but it does matter to them, because if you basically put it out there that these guys have succeeded, they could play with the numbers to make the numbers look successful. If you put it out there that it's garbage and it's unsuccessful, the numbers then look spooky, in the light. So it is what it is. Anyway, congrats to Lil Baby. I'm happy he got his number 1. And again, I do want to give some constructive criticism or constructive advice to him. I'm glad that he's keep dropping music, Lil Baby. Keep dropping. That album wasn't my favorite, but you could build back. You just got to keep dropping, build this shit back up. All right? Okay, cool. That was just my little numbers rundown for y'all if y'all gave a fuck. But congratulations to both guys. We don't report worldwide numbers usually, but worldwide numbers, Bad Bunny probably sold like between 500,000 to 1 million. Yeah, those numbers are astronomical if you ask me. So worldwide, he sold like 500,000 to 1 million. Worldwide for Baby, outside of he did 140 in the U.S. He probably did less than 20,000 outside of the U.S. if you ask me. You get what I'm saying? So, it kind of also shows Latin. What do you call it? What does he do? Is it Latin trap? It's not Latin trap. It's just Latin music. Latin music is really international, right? Okay. All right. Welcome. I'm glad y'all are here.